Good evening and welcome to the Gvd Nightly News for Wednesday, January 24th, 2024. We are live on Flow Channel 115, YouTube and Facebook. My name is Shannon LeBon. Thanks so much for joining us. Our top story, a Caribbean private sector-led regional ferry service was launched on Tuesday, January 23rd, with the aim to increase and improve transportation among several regional countries, including St. Lucia. The service expected to begin by year-end and was launched one day after Liat 1974 Limited took its final flight. The ferry service investors are hoping to fill the void. Makiba Eiffel begins our reporting.
The investment group Connect Caribbean wants to secure US $50 million to get the first phase of the ferry service in operation. The phase rollout, expected to come on stream in the last quarter of 2024, will offer service on multiple vessels with the capacity to transport up to 8,000 passengers, cargo, and manufactured goods and produce. Dr. Andre Thomas, co-founder and chief executive officer of Upturn Funds Caribbean Pleon Group, is one of the investment partners. He says the service will be expanded by the end of 2024.
We're looking initially at starting with 3 vessels. One will have a capacity of around about 800 passengers. It will have about 200 first-class cabins where people can lie down, sleep with bathrooms and everything. So it's going to be a great customer experience. It will have restaurants on board. It will be very similar to a cruise experience. And then we'll have a fast ferry that will complement that. And then we'll have a cargo ship, dedicated cargo ship, that would move between Trinidad, Guyana, Barbados, and St. Lucia.
Thomas also stated that the private sector-led ferry service would create job opportunities with over 200 people employed in the project's first phase.
The jobs that will be created within the headquarters, that's the second level of jobs. There are also jobs that are going to be created in the cargo division, and then there are jobs that are going to be created from the e-commerce division, because the e-commerce division will need to have folks that the goods have to come into the warehouse. They have to be verified. Then they have to move. So there's going to be warehouse jobs created, and then there are going to be jobs created in every single destination that the ferry service goes.
The investors are optimistic of finding success to make the project bankable and profitable and to add value to Caribbean travel, its investors and shareholders. From the GVD News Desk, I am Makiba Eiffel reporting.
Thanks, Makiba. In more news, the main opposition United Workers' Party is continuing to apply pressure on the government to recall and squash the Draft Tax Administration and Procedures Bill. The bill proposes, among other things, a 100% increase in penalties for unpaid taxes. It also grants the comptroller of the IRD, that's the Inland Revenue Department, authority to seize private and business assets for failure to pay taxes. The UWP hosted a press conference on Tuesday to discuss its objection to the draft bill and other matters of national concern.
The crime situation continues to be a major problem in St. Lucia, with gun violence spiraling out of control. Speaking at a press conference on Tuesday, January 23rd, United Workers' Party Chairman Ferrell Prudent said the current government lacks leadership and strategic plans that will help in reducing the crime situation. According to him, citizens no longer feel safe in their communities and are crying out for.
We do apologize for that mix-up. We'll get back to the correct story in just a bit. In more news, on January 23rd, yesterday, the PI Bridge was officially handed over to the government of St. Lucia after 10 years and several hurdles. The new bridge was completed under the World Bank-funded Disaster Vulnerability Risk Reduction Project, DVRP, to reduce St. Lucia's vulnerability to climate change and extreme weather hazards. The PI Bridge was destroyed during the December 2013 Christmas Eve trough. Tammy Frederick reports.
The new PI bridge creates a permanent link from the southern quadrant to the rest of the island. Importantly, it connects the communities of Labrie, Choiseul, Saltibus, and Soufrière to the town of Beaufort. Its design tells the story of drummers, dancers, and singers who have contributed to the rich heritage of the community. The parliamentary representative for Choiseul Saltibus, Honorable Bradley Felix, highlighted how the bridge will improve the community.
You know, since the completion of the bridge, every time I pass over, I think what gives me the most satisfaction is that when we were having community consultations, the recommendations that were given by the residents were incorporated in the final design. Because PI is a community that's very rich in our African heritage. Because I remember 2 to 3 decades ago when I was a lot younger, coming to any activity in the community of PI, you would be captured by the addictive drumbeat of the C's, Kenna and Gibbs, and the sweet voice of Clifton, Dudu, Joseph, and dancers like Miss Angele and Etienne.
The bridge is a regular route for residents in the south of the island, and it was destroyed twice by natural disasters. A temporary single-lane Bailey Bridge was used as a bypass during the construction process of the new bridge. The newly constructed bridge is a 2-lane and climate-resistant and is designed to withstand extreme weather events. Felix Fernandez Shaw from the European Union spoke about the benefit their contribution will have on the population.
And we are really delighted to take part, rain permitting, in looking at the bridge, which I think has improved massively the lives of the community. And please continue counting on the European Union to be a partner for St. Lucia, as much as we like St. Lucia to be a partner for the European Union.
The new PI bridge also helps reduce commuting time. It is also expected to boost economic activity in the southern part of the island. The project was funded by the World Bank, European Union, and then by the local contractor OB Sado Engineering. From the GVD News Desk, I am Tammy Frederick reporting.
Of St. Lucia has extended condolences to the family of one of our most illustrious sons, the late Sir Leighton Thomas. Sir Leighton was the original composer of the national anthem of St. Lucia. His musical notes on the national anthem convey the significance of the momentous achievement of attaining independence. Sir Leighton's indelible contribution to national anthem has helped to shape our national identity and has given our sons and daughters a sense of unshakable pride. Sir Leighton Thomas was the first principal of the South Louis Community College and served as St. Lucia's representative on the UNESCO Executive Board for the period 1997 to 1999. Sir Leighton was a government senator cultural and educational land of St. Lucia paid tribute to Sir Leighton's legacy, which will live on in our country's history for a long time. You are watching the GVD Nightly News. Still to come, a new vending schedule now in place at the William Peter Boulevard, and celebrations to mark the 170th anniversary of St. Joseph's Convent get underway.
Coming soon, the same excellent Luselect service in a new location at Daisy Avenue in Sanssouci, Castries. Thanks for your patience.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. You can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
So, This is Goodbye. A professional one. A meticulous one. One with unique options. And total support. With multiple locations, we are focused on your hour of need. And so, this is the final goodbye. Be it traditional, at sea, or cremation, the Crick family will be here to help your family during life's most difficult moments. Crick's Funeral Home, telephone 452-2780 and 459-9212.
Welcome back. The Castries Constituencies Council has implemented a measure to help address the long-standing problem of uncontrolled vending on the sidewalks of the William Peter Boulevard in Castries. Over the years, the number of vendors at this location has increased, sparking concern from business owners and pedestrians. A new vendor system is now in place, limiting the number of days vendors can operate at the boulevard. While officials say it is for the greater good, some vendors are unhappy. Makiba Eiffel takes a closer look.
The new vending schedule for the William Peter Boulevard was put into place effective Monday, January 22nd. This came after discussion between the management of the Castries Constituencies Council and a vendors committee. Now, vendors are barred from selling goods in the William Peter Boulevard from Mondays to Wednesdays, but can do so from Thursdays through Saturdays. CCC Operations Manager Nikki Calderon explained that the schedule had been in place before COVID-19. He says the new schedule is meant to bring some level of control.
So lately we have seen overcrowding in terms of vending in the boulevard. And, the business places operating within that area, have had issue with it, understandably so. And so what we decided to do was to meet with the Boulevard Committee to find a solution. And what it is, we met in October, and we decided that come January that we will allow persons to vend only on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and also during specific occasions, that is Valentine's Day, Independence Day, that persons will be able to vend during the course of the week. Also, we have extended Constitution Park to them, for example, from the 8th of February. The 13th, the 12th or the 13th, we have what we call a Lovers Village. So basically, it's a give and take. We understand the situation, but also we are trying to reach out to the vendors to say, hey, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, is made unavailable, whereas Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we can accommodate.
The new schedule has not been welcomed by some vendors who say it is affecting their full-time business as well as their income. According to them, the time is wrong given the downturn in the local economy.
I'm not mad, I'm angry because it is unfair to us, because since we only depend on vending in the boulevard as an income to pay our bills and for our children, to maintain our children, vending like from Thursday to Saturday, it's not sufficient.
They didn't give anybody any notice. They just announced it, and they didn't give us time to think about it, or have a meeting first and discuss it and stuff like that. I find that's unprofessional of them.
One vendor told our news desk on Wednesday he is adopting an approach of wait and see and will be monitoring the development closely. However, another popular city vendor has called for others to follow the rule, even though he was captured vending on a non-approved day.
Well, loi yo passé nous doit aller et puis ça c'est petit c'est vendeurs. Si on ne pas nous venir vendre là pour 3 jours, moi d'accord avec ça. Well, je ne pas ça dans ça. Et c'est police là même parler bon nous, dit nous about lui et moi tenir les news encore. Tout ça gouvernement fait, moi même d'accord et puis because yo même t'a fait nous manger, yo pas manger tout. That's all I have to say.
With the new schedule, the Castries Constituencies Council says allowance will be made for special occasions like Christmas to allow daily vending in the boulevard. From the Gvd News Desk, I am Makiba Eiffel reporting.
Thanks, Makiba. Now let's revisit that earlier report. The main opposition, United Workers' Party, is calling on the island's Prime Minister to take responsibility for the Draft Tax Administration and Procedures Bill. We get the details in this report.
Just that it was the United Workers' Party that is responsible for the current draft that is in circulation is erroneous.
The main opposition, United Workers' Party, wants the Prime Minister to take responsibility for his decisions and stop casting blame. On Friday, Prime Minister Philip J. said he nor any member of his cabinet had seen the draft tax refund and procedures bill, which is now in circulation and has gathered widespread debate. Firing back at a press conference on Tuesday, January 23rd, UWPPRO and former government minister Leonard Montoute called on Philip J. to show leadership.
If you observe the date on the draft, it is clear that it was done in 2022, during which time the United Workers' Party had demitted office. And to suggest that the Prime Minister has not seen or the Cabinet does not know of or have not seen the provisions in that draft, again is misleading.
Leonard Montoute argues that proper consultation will allow citizens to gain a better understanding of what is being done and an opportunity to share their views.
Unlike the Prime Minister, we are not going to engage in the blame game. We ask that he desist from doing so because this is too important an issue for us to politicize it and make it partisan. We want the best tax legislation for St. Lucians, and we recognize and understand that if we, or when we become government, these are the same legislations that will be guided by and that will be implemented by our government for the people of St. Lucia. So again, there are some draconian provisions in the legislation, such as the high penalties for non-payment, such as the travel restrictions that are being proposed, and the forfeiture or seizure of property and the way that it is being proposed. We do not support those provisions, and we will be making our recommendations as to what we think is more just, more of a fair nature, and more palatable that St. Lucians can abide by. Because while we want to encourage St. Lucians to be compliant when it comes to payment of taxes, we know that sometimes, we know that often, it is because some of our citizens are not in a position to make the payments, that is why they don't. And you cannot compound their situation, but we want to have legislation that will work with them to make them become compliant and to conform to the requirements of the legislation.
The opposition United Workers' Party says it looks forward to an open and honest dialogue on the Tax Administration and Procedures Bill. It says a matter of such importance should not be rushed. From the Gvd News Desk, I am Shakira Fiojo.
In more news, the Sufra Marine Management Association SMMA has issued an appeal to members of the Sufra Yacht Services Association, locally known as Boat Boys, to cease and desist from making unauthorized reservations for yacht moorings. The SMMA Inc. says it is the only authorized entity that is responsible for the reservation of moorings and the collection of yacht fees. The charging and collection of fees for the use of moorings owned by the SMMA Inc. is unlawful. According to a statement, the act is misrepresenting one's identity as a Marine Ranger to assign yachts, and unauthorized moorings is also unlawful. The SMMA has urged offenders to discontinue the practice, warning it may affect renewal of licenses. Now, our attempts to get further details on the matter from the head of the Sufra Marine Management Association, Mr. Harold Dalso, went ignored. Celebrations to mark the 170th anniversary of the St. Joseph's Convent, one of St. Lucia's leading learning institutions, officially got underway Wednesday morning with an opening mass at the Minor Basilica of the Immaculate Conception. Students, both past and present, adorned in the traditional blue and white and cheered on by well-wishers, turned out in large numbers to celebrate the legacy of SJC. Michaela Charles Noel reports.
The investment group Connect Caribbean wants to secure US $50 million to get the first phase of the ferry service in operation. The ferry, with over 200 people,
spanning many generations, Smurfettes took the spotlight on Wednesday, January 24th in downtown Castries to mark the start of celebrations of the 170th anniversary of the St. Joseph's Convent. SJC Pride, a celebratory mood and thanksgiving punctuated the opening mass as students celebrated in song, dance, and other artistic expressions. Principal Sister Rufina Donat told the audience the celebration should also be a time for reflection on the legacy and decorated history of the SJC.
As we gather to celebrate 170 years of the Sisters of St. Joseph of Cluny establishment in St. Lucia and the beginning of Ave Maria Schools and St. Joseph's Convent Secondary School, we give thanks to God for bringing us thus far. Today we honor not only the passage of time, but the countless lives that have been touched and molded within the hallowed walls of our schools. As we reflect on our rich history, let us recognize the profound impact of the dedicated sisters, teachers, and staff who have been the guiding lights, shaping minds and instilling values.
The St. Joseph's Convent is credited for providing the highest level of education for thousands of young girls in a Christian environment. The school has also held its place amongst the top on island. The school's principal also used Wednesday's occasion to offer a public apology for any errors or shortcomings which may have occurred throughout the SJC's 170 years of service.
On this momentous occasion, our school's 170th anniversary, we want to extend our heartfelt apologies for any errors or shortcomings that may have occurred throughout our long history of education. We want to express sincere regret for any oversights and commit to learning from them as we strive for excellence in education for the years to come. Together, everyone, let us embark on a journey to the pages of our school's legacy, celebrating the enduring spirit of education and faith that has stood the test of time.
The milestone celebration is being held under the theme 170, Keep It a Legacy. From the GVD News Desk, I am Michaela Charles Noel reporting.
Thanks, Michaela. When we return, a push for mediation to help address increasing violence, and Taiwan does it again.
Coming soon, the same excellent Luselect service in a new location at Daisy Avenue in Sanssouci, Castries. Thanks for your patience.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
So, this is goodbye. A professional one. A meticulous one. One with unique options. And total support. With multiple locations, we are focused on your hour of need. And so, this is the final goodbye. Be it traditional, at sea, or cremation, the Crick family will be here to help your family during life's most difficult moments. Crick's Funeral Home, telephone 452-2780 and 459-9212.
Real estate transactions are now made easy. Whether buying, selling, or renting residential, commercial, industrial, agricultural, or touristic property, we offer the best deals in real estate transactions with professional support, including valuation, material sourcing, and construction. Contact Ed Harris and Associates, your courteous and efficient real estate agents. Call 485-1456 or email carrotbiz@gmail.com.
Ice candy, deliciously healthy.
And Nestor's Auto Parts, located on the Labrie-Viford Highway, is your place for auto parts. We have suspension parts, mounts, brakes, shocks, and so much more.
We specialize in accessories like mats, batteries, horns, lubricants, and much more.
We're open from Mondays to Saturdays from 8 to 5 and Sundays on most holidays from 8 to 1.
Love we and let's look like deep you.
Thanks to staying with the Gvd Nightly News. As authorities continue to urge citizens to find amicable ways for conflict resolution, a group of concerned citizens are set to launch the Mediators Forum St. Lucia Inc. later this month. The director, noted mediator Urban Dola, has launched a public sensitization campaign to promote the forum and benefits of mediation.
Mediation has been used for many years as a useful tool to resolve disputes as it empowers individuals to find mutual solutions to conflict. As the island grapples with violence, the first ever Mediators Forum is set to be launched here on January 28. Director Urban Dola says the objective is to establish a forum for public interaction on matter of mediation.
And that portal would be, given the kind of information age we have now, that would be a big thing in terms of being able to access and interact with the public.
Dola has also highlighted the benefits of mediation as opposed to litigation. He says mediation is both time and cost sensitive.
The most important advantage of mediation is that it saves time, and as you know, time is money. It is, and that is sort of reflected by the fact that, as I said to you, the backlog of cases that existed before mediation started, I mean, that is no more.
Right.
Right? So you can get a settlement, an agreement much quicker through mediation than you can through the regular litigation.
The forum's director is also encouraging citizens to sign up.
An important advantage of being part of that forum is that the forum can now serve as a representative for speaking of government, external agencies, and so on behalf of mediators. So, and as you know, the whole thing about unity is strength, right? And unity is strength partly because if you have a forum, then all of the members can bring their grievances so that when we go to the successes, right? Because success engenders success. The mediators can parley among themselves and look at best practices and so on. So these are clearly advantages that you would get by being part of the forum.
The launch of the Mediators Forum St. Lucia Inc. will take place at the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. From the Gvd.
In more news, the government of St. Lucia has received additional support from the Republic of China, Taiwan for its housing and sports development programs. The funds are expected to improve the living conditions of the most in need around the island. Taiwan remains St. Lucia's closest diplomatic ally. Bakiba Eiffel reports.
The government of Taiwan has shown its dedication to improving the lives of St. Lucians yet again. In its latest effort, Taiwan has provided grant funding towards the provision of housing repairs for the less fortunate and sports development programs. Speaking at a check presentation ceremony on Tuesday, January 23rd, Taiwan ambassador to St. Lucia said his government recognizes the urgency and necessity to assist people in need. He says Taiwan will provide building materials and technical support for the refurbishment of several homes.
As a steadfast partner of St. Lucia, Taiwan recognizes the pivotal role that the CDP plays in addressing the socio-economic challenges faced by communities. And we are proud to be an integral part of this ongoing vital program in collaboration between the St. Lucia government. Likewise, as Taiwan and St. Lucia share the values of human rights and equality, we are also very happy to support Honorable Prime Minister Philip J. and the St. Lucian government's social justice and community development strategy.
In 2021, the government of Taiwan provided a small commercial loan to finance a national housing assistance program. The impact of climate change on the housing stock and the need for additional assistance has increased.
Last year, I had the privilege of accompanying several parliamentary representatives along with officials from the Ministry of Economic Development on a visit to numerous CDP sites and witnessed firsthand the positive impacts to the people's daily lives. And I eagerly anticipate the ongoing results of the CDP and social initiatives to the individuals, communities, and constituencies again.
The grants funds will also be used to establish a dedicated fitness facility for national athletes through the Sports Development Project. St. Lucia's Prime Minister accepted the funds and expressed government's gratitude for Taiwan's steadfast support. From the Gvd News Desk, I am Makiba Eiffel reporting.
Thanks, Makiba. Two young entrepreneurs will represent St. Lucia and the Young Leaders of the Americas Initiative. This year, Miranda George Arthur and Angie Rose Ferdinand will travel to the United States in March to join the Assembly of Global Youth Business Leaders. Tammy Frederick found this report.
The U.S. Department of State's Young Leaders of the Americas Initiative empowers emerging business and social entrepreneurs from across Latin America, the Caribbean, Canada, and the United States to realize the full economic potential of the region's citizens. Combining an annual fellowship, an active online network, and continuing activities organized by U.S. embassies and consulates, Wildlife fosters prosperity, inclusive development, and democratic values. Specifically, Wildlife addresses the opportunity gap for young people, especially women, equipping them to transform their societies. And Rose Fernan, owner of Food Harmony, expressed her excitement as being selected as one of the delegates for this event. Food Harmony is an agriculture and agro-processing company, and its focus is to create a circular economy model where they produce food that is healthy.
My name is Anya Fernand, and I am the founder of Food Harmony Incorporated, based in Micoud, St. Lucia, and I am truly excited to be one of the 2 representatives from St. Lucia for the Young Leaders of America initiative this year, 2024. It is a remarkable time. It is a celebration and a reward for many years of hard work building and starting up this company, and it is also the beginning of another steep climb and growth for the next level of business.
Anja and Miranda will travel to the United States in March for a 6-week fellowship, which is fully funded by the U.S. Department of State Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs. One of the primary organizers of this initiative in St. Lucia is Terra Inc. Terra Inc. is a business development consulting firm that offers education, training, and entrepreneurial opportunities to empower youth, MSMEs, and the unemployed. Anja says she hopes to return to St. Lucia with new techniques to be used in the agricultural sector.
Because there is a lot to do. But so far we've had opportunities to network, to attend debriefs about the different modules that we learn. So there's a lot of information about business, which is quite helpful as I continue to build and grow and update plans for the business. And then we get to work with smaller groups as well as attend networking sessions.
The Wildlife program brings together young leaders for fellowships with American corporations and social enterprises, as well as training in entrepreneurial leadership. Its goals are to foster mutual understanding and create a network of young commercial and social entrepreneurs. The program is sponsored by the U.S. Department of State, with funding provided by the U.S. government and supported in its implementation by IREC. From the Gvd News Desk, I am Tammy Frederick reporting.
Thanks, Tammy. Now, a recently held school supervision retreat by the Ministry of Education is being viewed as a significant step towards improving school management within the education sector. The retreat held at the Ralton Hotel brought together education officers within the various school districts and units on the island. Chris Satney reports.
The school supervision retreat focused mainly on the collective aspirations of those charged with the supervision of the education sector, fostered through dialogue, collaboration, and a shared vision in order to shape the future of education within St. Lucia and the wider region. Continuous leadership development is being seen as the best approach in ensuring the achievement of a more dynamic and forward-thinking education system that would redound to a better administration of schools. Held under the theme, Empowering Our Leaders, Transforming Our Education System, the retreat engaged education officers, heads, and support personnel in engaging sessions, thought-provoking discussions, and collaborative activities. Chief Education Officer Beverly Diodoni says the theme reflects a profound dedication to fostering leadership through innovation and positive change within the education sector.
Empowering our leaders is not just a slogan. It is a commitment to nurturing the potential within each of you. It is about recognizing the leadership that exists at every level of our education system and providing the support and the resources needed to catalyze positive change.
School supervision is considered as the backbone of the educational structure, working with principals and teachers to achieve excellence in education. Education Minister Honorable Sean Edward is on the record stating the important role that all who work in school administration play in creating an education system that helps grow the human resource base of the country and deal with the many social ills in the country, such as crime.
I firmly believe that real societal transformation can come forth or come about if we program properly in our education system. And the education that we put forward must be one that is relevant and one that reflects the reality of the realities of the time in which we now live.
Parliamentary Secretary Senator Honorable Pauline Antoine Prosper, who is a former principal and district education officer, says the mission of school supervision goes beyond the routine administrative tasks. She called on officers in attendance to continue to foster an environment of continuous improvement and to stay ahead of evolving needs of the sector.
Remember, our influence extends beyond the walls of the schools, beyond the district offices. We serve the public. Our collective efforts will help the principals, the teachers, the students, and the leaders that we lead to shape this nation, to shape our society.
The school supervision section of the ministry is headed by the Chief Education Officer and Deputy Chief Education Officer, who are responsible for education officers in each of the 8 school districts, who in turn are directly responsible for schools under their districts. The structure also includes education officers for special education, CAMDU, TVET, NELU, early childhood, and school feeding program, as well as heads of the school counseling and school safety sections. From the Communications Unit of the Department of Education, Innovation and Vocational Training, I am Chris Sackney, reporting.
Thanks, Chris. You are watching the live broadcast of the GVD Nightly News. Stay with us. More news after the break.
Great Vision Designs, we value our customers and provide cutting-edge customer service. Great Vision Designs specializes in television broadcasting and live streaming of funerals, sports events, weddings, meetings, shows, and more. Call us today at 722-6542 or 726-9914. Or follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Great Vision Designs, coverage you can count on.
Coming soon, the same excellent Luselect service in a new location at Daisy Avenue in Sanssouci, Castries. Thanks for your patience.
So, this is goodbye. A professional one. A meticulous one. One with unique options. And total support. With multiple locations, we are focused on your hour of need. And so, this is the final goodbye. Be it traditional, at sea, or cremation, the Crick family will be here to help your family during life's most difficult moments. Crick's Funeral Home, telephone 452-2780 and 459-9212.
Ice candy, deliciously healthy.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Real estate transactions are now made easy. Whether buying, selling, or renting residential, commercial, industrial, agricultural, or touristic property, we offer the best deals in real estate transactions with professional support, including valuation, material sourcing, and construction. Contact Ed Harris and Associates, your courteous and efficient real estate agents. Call 485-1456 or email caribbiz@gmail.com.
And Nestor's Auto Parts, located on the Labrie-Ford Highway, is your place for auto parts. We have suspension parts, mounts, brakes, shocks, and so much more.
We specialize in accessories like mats, batteries, horns, lubricants, and much more.
We're open from Mondays to Saturdays from 8 to 5 and Sundays on most holidays from 8 to 1.
Love we and Nestor I dip you.
At Great Vision Designs, we value our customers and provide cutting-edge customer service. Great Vision Designs specializes in television broadcasting and live streaming of funerals, sports events, weddings, meetings, shows, and more. Call us today at 722-6542 or 726-9914 or follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Great Vision Designs, coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development, through the Building Resilience for Adaptation to Climate Change and Climate Variability in Agriculture in St. Lucia project, is on the course for focusing on the development of geographic information systems on the island. We get the details in this report.
Implemented across various regions in St. Lucia, the Building Resilience for Adaptation to Climate Change and Climate Variability in Agriculture in St. Lucia, BRACBUS project, is actively addressing critical vulnerabilities for farmers, including issues of steep slopes, landslips, water shortages, poor drainage, salt intrusion, and low production capacity. A key focus involves identifying areas for resilience and adaptation to enhance farmer comfort and attractiveness to the farming sector. As part of a week-long vulnerability assessment initiative in the agriculture sector, agricultural stakeholders participated in a geographic information system session. This aimed to empower them in building adaptive capacities within the agriculture sector. Project manager of the BRACBUS project, Dr. Donatien Gustave, highlighted the importance of creating a cadre of professionals capable of measuring vulnerabilities even after the conclusion of the BRACBUS project, working towards sustained sector resilience.
GIS enables you to do analysis of the biophysical resource, but it allows you to also integrate socio-economic information, who farmers are, where there is poverty, where there is a higher probability of erosion, where there are higher gradients or slopes of vulnerable soils. It also allows you to store that information and to share that information. So you're building a cadre of persons with that skill set so that tomorrow, post BRACBUS project, we have the ability to continue doing the analysis, the planning, and the management.
During visits to different regions as part of the project, the vulnerability analysis consultant of the project, Dr. Sean Charles, assessed the landscape with an aim to consolidate data from various stakeholder agencies and create a composite map illustrating vulnerabilities. This approach provides an opportunity to develop a comprehensive map that specifically caters to assisting farmers, whether they are more susceptible or endangered concerning vulnerability. Dr. Sean Charles emphasized that the GIS session plays a crucial role in addressing highlighted issues, including challenges related to water access, the aftermath of extreme events like hurricanes, and pests and diseases.
The application that would require persons to utilize data, and the special kind of data respective to agriculture and farming and the farmers need to be captured. So knowing what data to capture, how to manipulate it and analyze it, and how to present it. We know there might be challenges in the farming community. We know the educational status of most of our farmers or some of our farmers. Each one need to teach one. And on that concept, if we in the managerial administrative realm get to deduce information that's required, we can be able to impart it to our farmers.
Through a combination of engaging with stakeholders and farmers, the Breakfast Project aims to holistically understand and address these pressing concerns for the benefit of the agricultural community. From the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Anicia Antoine reporting.
Export St. Lucia has announced the return of the St. Lucia Business Expo. This event serves as both a showcase of our thriving business community and a way for local companies to reach a wider audience. Now, this year, the Expo will be innovative with spaces set out for manufacturing, health and wellness, creatives, and services. Export St. Lucia is calling all trailblazers and entrepreneurs on the island to showcase their business brilliance at the Independence National Business Expo.
Export St. Lucia, in collaboration with the Ministry of Commerce, Manufacturing, Business Development, Cooperatives and Consumer Affairs, and the Government of St. Lucia, is eager to play a pivotal role in the festivities marking St. Lucia's 45th independence anniversary. The agency is gearing up to host the second edition of the National Business Expo. Building on the triumph of the inaugural showcase, this year's event promises to be even more spectacular, featuring a lineup of 90 local exhibitors, a significant increase compared to that of the previous year. The businesses representing diverse sectors will showcase a wide array of offerings ranging from unique handmade crafts of rejuvenating wellness products. The event is slated to take place on February 16th and 17th, 2024 at Constitution Park and William Peter Boulevard in Castries. It is being organized in partnership with the Events Company of St. Lucia and the Independent Standing Committee. A dynamic group of up-and-coming and seasoned performers will also take the stage, adding a lively blend of skill and originality to the occasion. Both locals and visitors are invited by Export St. Lucia to mark their calendars and join in the celebration of local talent, goods, and entrepreneurship. From the Gvd News Desk, I am Tammy Frederick reporting.
Thank you, Tammy. Up next, we take a look at the 5-day weather forecast. So an improvement in weather conditions expected tomorrow, Thursday. With that, we come to the end of Gvd Nightly News on this Wednesday, January 24th. Be sure to stay with the network. You join us at 10, 12 and 2 for news on the hour. On behalf of the entire team, my name is Shannon LeBon. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.